What's up, my good friends? I'm from the road again today. I usually do this in Pennsylvania, but Delaware was once part of Pennsylvania. So we're going to check this out, the Newcastle Farmers Market, Flea Market. See if we can get ourselves a guitar. Since you're seeing this episode, I probably got a guitar, so let's check it out, shall we? Okay. Little guitar here. It says JEM on the top. Doesn't look like I'll have to pay very much money for it. Looks like the neck's about to fall off. JEM. Let's check it. See if I can get it. So, to the tune of $7, I'm the lucky new owner of this beautiful gem. Well, look at that neck's about to fall off, like I said. So, let's bring it back to Jersey. Let's see what we can do to it. You know what I'm saying? Goodbye, Newcastle. And here it is, man. There's her guitar that I got from Delaware. Back from the first date now, man. I've just been back a couple hours. I'm feeling good to be home. There's a lot of gun shops out there, man. You know, but there seems to be a harmonious sort of, you know what I mean, brotherhood amongst all the brethren there, man. You know what I mean, the people that live there. Found out a lot of stuff about Delaware I really didn't know. The Newcastle's actually ground zero for like a lot of historic, you know what I mean, controversy as to who owned the land. There was a controversy between William Penn and Lord Baltimore, who he supposedly bought the whole Delaware landmass, you know, I believe for his son-in-law or something like that. William Penn himself went down to Newcastle, very close where we bought this old guitar, back in the 1690s, I think, to sort of try to solve the problem, and they ruled against him. And I think that the ruling they said that day, a 12-mile radius from Newcastle belonged to exclusively to, you know, it was sovereign. But that, you know what I mean, didn't really matter because it was under Pennsylvania rule until 1776. You believe that? Right about. Well, that was when that was like, you know what I mean, Pennsylvania gave up on it. Right before the birth of our country, man. Newcastle, man. And that was also, from that point on the east, was where the Mason-Dixon line started. You know what I'm saying? North and south, man. Delaware was actually a slave state during the Civil War. That's trueness, man. I saw a lot of like jails and like, you know what I mean, mental institutions. My hotel's right next to a mental institution, and a women's jail was right next to that. Some of the guests in our hotel looked like they were visitors at either one of them facilities. Like, you know, you count some people in the pool. That, you know, it's the pool's like scheduled out. You know what I mean? Still had like the coronavirus. You know what I mean? You had to reserve it. You know what I mean? We went and there's people in there. You know, from our now. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing in here? Like, oh, me and my daughters. You know what I mean? Well, we have it reserved. Oh, well, maybe we'll get out. Maybe we won't. So that's okay. You just do what you want. It's a big pool. They left anyway. There was no problems, man. I don't even think they were guests of the hotel. Anyway, let's talk about this guitar, man. Let's talk about this particular thing, man. Joe Biden was from right around that area, but I think he came into politics. Right around Newcastle also. I think that's where his first wife got in the accident or whatever. You know what I mean? Right around here, man. Newcastle, man. Anyway, there it is, man. That's a sticker. A lot of people talk on the internet. Who's Jem? Where does Jem belong? Nobody really knows, man. I looked in a couple of the old trade magazines and, you know what I mean, all the trademark holder reference books that are online from the Library of Congress. I couldn't find anything out either, you know what I mean? I remember there was some kind of girls like toy named Jem when I was a kid, and they had all kinds of commercials. I don't know if there was a cartoon, maybe. I don't know if it was spelled that way. It might have had a J. You know what I mean? We don't know. But it's definitely not anything that we can identify so far. I'll update you guys at any time if I find out any additional information. I do know, though, this comes out around 1976. That's what most people are saying about this particular line. I mean, with this particular logo and font and everything. I got one of those in 76, man. Hey, I also got one of those in 76, bro. And yeah, I remember that. I was Jimmy Carter. He's on hospice now. Poor Jimmy Carter. Peace be with you, my friend. I also got one of these in 76. That's a Jimmy Carter impersonation, man. It's the only time I'll ever do it. Because I can't really remember much about Jimmy Carter. Other than gas prices were around, you know what I mean, 37 cents. People are all crazy about it. You know what I mean? Can't believe it, man. It should be only 23 cents. Peace be with you. We got to take these strings off. This neck is totally shungot. Sucked up, man. Yeah. Oh. This curve just like Falls Gump spine, don't you think? It's like Jimmy Carter Gump, man. Peace be with Jimmy Carter, man. Love you, man. Feel better. I'll see you on the slab with the strings off. Hey, Jim, I want to live forever. Welcome back to the love. You're right, boss. You got that the RSVP flu. Amen. It's going around, man. Wash your hands. It's not fun to be sick. So, I'm thinking this JEM might have been just like a local, maybe even Delaware. You know what I mean? Department store, maybe a big guy. Maybe he had like 3 or 4 branches. I had one in Wilmington's. I had one in Newark called New Ark. We think we're special. It's just Newark, people. You know what I mean? Get used to it, man. Highfalutins. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean this off first, actually. Clean this off first. And we're going to proceed from there because it's kind of bothering me. It's just so dirty, man. It's so dirty. I'm not going to go right to the furniture you polish. I'm going to take a little cloth here, some water first. I mean, get this off. Then we're going to get this furniture polish out. 12% kielbasa grease. It's not very, very strenuous. We'll get clean off it a little bit better. And then we're going to rejoin the group. We're going to talk a little bit more about Humpback Whales and this guitar. Bye for now. Oh, Rojo. Now it's all shiny like his namesake. Now it's all sheeny and so forth. A little bit of elbow grease, man. And a cosmic twist that's got kind of this speckles of this powder blue 70s paint all over it. It's kind of weird because my first bedroom when I was a little baby had that same exact shade of 70s powder blue. I still remember it from my earliest memories, man. So now what are we going to do now that it's all clean and we can actually see what we're doing with this piece of garbage? We're going to bring it over here to the south slab, right? We're going to put it a special way, right, with a nut right over the slab there. And we're going to just glue this as much as we can possibly glue it. As much as it could possibly be glued. And then we're just going to clamp this guy down. Clamp him down and down and tight. You know what I mean? Put some pressure on him. Close that guy up. You know what I mean? And we'll try to do our best to salvage any relationship that could be made with the neck angle. You know what I'm saying? Try to get it perfect. Right? So I'll see when we're all clamped up. You'll be impressed. Just come right back. You hear? Alright, so it's all clamped up, man. Have a little block underneath the edge here with a nut. Support it. Clamp it all the way down until you start hearing and you get the angle and neck corrected. We're just going to let it set. We got a lot of glue in there. A lot of that Gorilla glue, which is really good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? We put it down with a quick grip real quick just so we can clean up all the glue. Squeeze out the glue and then we put the real clamp on there. You know what I'm saying? Tricks, people. Tricks of the trade. Make sure it's nice and clean though with the glue before it dries. That's one hint I want to give you. Or it's going to get ugly later on. See you in a couple days, man. About a week. Right? Don't argue with the gorilla, man. So, it's been exactly a week and 3 hours since we last spoke. That's pretty exact, man. Anyway, still pretty tight on there. I put one of these guys on there, I don't know, before or after I saw you. later on in the day, just to make sure it was being kept down. You know what I mean? I don't feel any kind of give or anything, so let's see what happens, man. Let's unscrew it and take a look to make sure it's not all fucked up looking, pushed in. See you in a minute. So we unclamped it. Nothing was glued down. It's almost perfect. You can see no sort of, you know what I'm saying, nothing from the fact that this guy was nearly decapitated, right? A couple little chips in the lacquer. And they're like, not even noteworthy. The front is still as gorgeous as the day, arrived in this world. You're saying all the little accoutrements are still a coup. I got this old yardstick here and I stuck her down at the first fret. You know what I'm saying? Put her at the nut, and the action is gorgeous. Like, gorgeous, gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Like, slinky as it comes, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So let's clean it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Now that we've already put some, you know what I'm saying, cleaning, furniture polish on it, you know what I mean? We'll try to get a little bit of mom's cleaner wax on there and just get the rest of the schmatz off of there, man. It's not even schmutz at this point, it's schmatz. Let's take a little bit of a steel wool to these guys too. Just a little tiny bit, man. We don't want to mark it all up. You know what I'm saying? We'll clean this up later, you know what I'm saying, with just a little bit more furniture polish perhaps and some steel wool. We don't really want to get any polish on that because it's kind of a matte thing. Just look at it. It's 150 million times better than it was. It's like a, you know what I mean, a hidden King Tut's tomb kind of thing, man. You know what I'm saying? One of those untouched, you know what I'm saying? Well, the neck broke early on. There's no play wear on it, you know what I'm saying? It was the only real wear on it is like from being banged around in the closet somewhere, and there's these little paint specks that might have happened during this, you know what I mean? Boy turns 15, gets his own room or paints his room, you know what I mean? I could get this off pretty easily, you know what I'm saying? But kind of like that because it's the same exact color as my room in 1976, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little nostalgic, man. Another sign there's no play wear, this little silk screen thing. There's absolutely no wear here. There's no pick wear. I haven't seen one pick mark on a whole damn pick guard, you know what I mean? Nothing going on, man. There ain't nothing, man. Not one thing. Everything's there. It's intact. You cannot tell that this had any kind of fracture, hematura, nothing, man. It looks 1,000% time capsule, man. You know what I mean? Nice, man. Not very valuable. But first thing we did was, like I said, man, we went through it with some mom's, man, cleaner wax. And we saw where the serious schmutz patterns were. The heavy ones, we put some rubbing compound. The real sorry heavy ones, man, we would have to do this, man. A little bit of polishing compound. 1,000% kielbasa concentrate, man. Got it completely, you know what I mean, polished out, man. Beautiful to a gorgeous, you know what I mean, exponent. Then on the old fretboard, we took the furniture polish, like I said, man. Took a little piece of steel wool. Again, there's no real fret wear on here, you know, so I think nothing. All the notes sort of rang out true, you know what I'm saying, when I was messing with it, pushing it down and stuff. I don't see any kind of, you know what I mean, fret job, you know, on the horizon. So there's one more step I want to partake before we actually, you know what I mean, put the strings back on there. And that's going to be a step in itself. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, stretch out the episode. I want to put a little bit of lemon oil on this little fretboard, man. I want to get it a little bit greased up, even though I'm not going to, you know, use the steel wool again, because I don't really want to mess this matte wood up. I do want to give it a little darkening sheen to it, you know what I mean? A little bit of luster, like a light satin job, you know what I'm saying? So I'll see after that's been done, man. See you in a moment. You see that? Do you see it shine a little bit now? Are you proud of it? Are you impressed by it? Are you depressed by it? Well, let's not talk too much about depression, man. So then we start moving into a negative field, man. I want our aura to be positive today. We're positively almost near the end. But we got to put some strings on this old turkey. Here are the original strings. Yes, the original strings, a full set of original strings They look to have been pretty formidable strings, but they're kind of old, rusty, and dusty. So I'm going to bring these upstairs and I'm going to burl them on the stove for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour, 25 minutes maybe maximum. A couple drops of Ajax dish detergent and a little bit of lemon juice, man. I'll just show you a little clip of that. Because I know you're like clip worthy. You know what I mean? Clip Worthington, man. I'll see you upstairs. Just real quick. There we go, man. Not like a rip roaring boil. You know what I mean? But a moderate boil. A little tiny bit of Ajax. A little bit of lemon juice, man. It just started boiling. So let's say about, I don't know, 6, you know what I mean, 07. You know what I mean, roundabout. Take a look at it. Take it off the heat. We're going to take a little washcloth, which is, you know what I mean, half water. You know what I mean? Half, rubbing alcohol, and just quickly douse them off and let them dry for a couple minutes. Then we'll put them on the guitar, and I'll see you in a place called the Glam Shots. Hope it's not a lemon. You think it's going to be a lemon? Statute of limitations, no lemon law, man. See you on the slam. There it is, man. I haven't actually brought it up to tune because I wanted to show you the original strings right after I put them back on here. These are those coppers, man. Coppers, I told you, were made in 73, invented. So this is like an early run, man. Do run, 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 do run, run. Everything's there, though. All the original stuff, man, from 1976. Down to the strings, folks. I know I'm going to pop one of these strings when I bring it up to tune. I just want you to see it. So I haven't even played it yet, you know what I mean? Honestly, it might sound like a piece of fucking turd, man. But at least I want to show it to you that it originally appeared. See that paint speckle all over it, man? Love that, man. It's the color of my bedroom in 1976. The baby powder blue. Reminds me of home. Look, my best friend. There's no wear on this little friend. He looks like just like he did in Korea when we first met. A beautiful dove in my hand. We're 4 in a bush. Look at this, man. These are always busted the fuck up, man. This looks like it's like, you know what I mean? Made out of woolly mammoths. You know what I mean? Sternum. Incredible, man. Incredible. It's got the chiclet tuners on that opaque translucence. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like late 60s tempos. You know what I'm saying? It had these exact buttons. That machinery we already documented in one of our tempo episodes. Ended up in Korea. So this is like right before they totally disappeared forever. In the mid-70s, man. So I'm doing this for you because I'm a scientist, man. You know, I could just put this thing away. You know what I mean? I don't have to bring it up to pitch. Bust one of those strings that I burled up, man. You know what I mean? I'm risking it. Just a little bit of closet banging, man. A couple of little nicks for me banging around the closet. That was like the worst of them. All that paint on there is kind of cauterizing the wound. Cauterizing the wound. Everything's beautiful, though. You know what I'm saying? There's no real, you know what I'm saying, destruction to anything. It's all original. It's all there. It's all good, man. The detail is in the retail, man. And this guy, he's not for sale, people. Not for sale because it's a treasured artifact to old Guitkit now, man. This is a Gerald Ford era masterpiece, man. And that goes full circle. I mean, nothing political, but Gerald Ford is very, you know what I mean, coordinated like our Newcastle president. You know what I mean? It's full circle. It's not political, people. You know what I'm saying? I bet you Gerald Ford football player, he'd probably take Biden down, man, but they'd still fall down the stairs together, man. Holding hands. There be. Beautiful. Circa 1976. JEM Model 103. The mini dreadnought. Mini dreadnought shape, man. That great sustain. lightweight, but it's like a cheap 70s guitar, man. You know what I mean? Every day, every minute, every way. Anyway, there's a change coming out. Seasons change, you feel it. Every day it gets warmer and warmer, brighter earlier and earlier. Cleaning out the garage, moving all the winter stuff out of there, finding all the spring stuff. I see all the little plants popping up all over the place, little bulbs, action things. What's your name? Who's your daddy? He rich, is he rich like me? Has he taken any time to show you what you need to live? Take it to me slowly, tell me why. I really wanna know. It's the time of the season for me. Amen. Peaceful tidings to you all, man. Happy spring. Zombies, man. What's up, man? Rod Argent. Wash those hands, brother. Peace be with you, every one of you. Spirit of 76 lives on forever.